So if you own a home or rent one of the key maintenance items of the house to help save you money is replacing your filter from your HVAC unit. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to do this, some tips along the way, as well as help you save some money. So today in this video, we're going to talk about how to safely replace your furnace filter and save you some money. So first things first, you need to locate your furnace or air handler, whatever you want to call it. You need to locate that in your house. Usually it's in the basement or attic or main floor. It depends on the size of your house or where your house is located. Here I have the air handler or furnace right here, and then we have the return vent. So in order to find your filter, usually it's about in this location right here, but the filter is going to be coming from the return just before the air handler or the blower motor. The blower motor is going to be sucking the air through the filter and passing it through your house. So you got air coming in from inside your house, from the vents, through the return vent here, and then it's going to go through the filter, and then it goes through the blower. And whether you're heating it through the furnace or it's AC going through the evaporator and all that, and it's going through your house, going back through the house. So it comes in from the inside of the house and then it blows it back out after it heats it up or cools it off. So the first step after you find all this in the filter and you're ready to go, you want to make sure you get a filter to replace it with. Now on the filter itself, it'll tell you the size. Most filters either 20 by 25 by 1 or mine's 16 by 25 by 1. Sometimes they're by 4, it depends. So you want to find what the size is, the proper size, and then you can go to your hardware store or Amazon or whatever and figure out which one you want to buy. Now here's where the cost savings comes in play here. They sell so many different filters out there. They kind of rate them as a MERV rating, M-E-R-V, and you can go MERV 1 through 16. So 1, basically like a fiberglass filter. It's really cheap. You got to replace it all the time. It doesn't filter all the stuff that you really need. It really depends on what you need. You're probably not going to go with the fiberglass filter, but they go all the way up to MERV 16. And that is really restrictive. It's going to bog down your air handler or blower and all that. It's going to wear your unit out. You don't need that. If you really need very, very clean air, you're going to want to use something else like an air purifier or an air cleaner inside of each different room or a big larger room area. You're not going to do that through the filter. The filter is just going to catch anything that's moving around in the air, all that like dust, hair, pet odor, but pet dander and all that type of stuff. Anything like little moving through the air, the filter is meant to get that when it's sucking the air in from the house and then blowing it back out. So I like to stick around the MERV 8, 9 area. MERV 8, I think 6 through 8 is about where you get the normal dust, human hair, small stuff like that. In all reality, it really matters on what you want. You can get more expensive when you get the MERV 15s and 16s. You really don't need that, and it's going to cost you a lot more down the line with your unit. It's going to wear it down more. It's going to struggle to blow air out. Your airflow is not going to be as good. Lots of other things. So now that we're ready to go, you don't pull the filter out. The last thing you want to do is pull the filter out. That's a common mistake. If I pull the filter out now, the system's not on, but if I pull the filter out now and the system decides to turn on, it's going to take all the dust, all the dirt, all that stuff that's sitting around here, just sitting near the unit, and it's going to suck it into the unit and suck it into the blower and spit it out in your house. You don't want that. So before you do anything, you want to turn off the unit. And so you can do this a number of different ways. You can do this by, there's a switch. I have a switch on my unit itself. If you don't have that, then you can go up to your thermostat, and there's usually an off switch on there, a rocker on there, a cool, hot, or cool, heat, off, or auto. Flip it to off. And then last, if you don't have that option, you can go to the breaker box and hit the breaker on the unit itself. All right, so once it's off, and it's not gonna come back on, you can take the filter out. And the filter just slides on out, and you just pull the filter out, and you can go all the way. But before you pull all the way out, you want to look for the arrow. And there's an arrow on the filter because the filter goes one way. You can put it in the other way, and it's probably not going to mess it up too much, but you want it to go one way, and I'll show you why in a little bit here. But there's going to be an arrow, and the arrow is going to be pointing towards the air handler or the blower, and it's going to be, you got the flow of it's going to come from the return vent through the filter into the handler and back to your house. So Make note of where the arrow is and then pull the filter out. And then now you're ready to put the new filter in. Now, what I like to do before I put the new filter in is I put a date on my filter. And I do that because, number one, I want to know when I changed it last. And that way I can reference that date on the next time I change it. Most filters say, you know, anywhere, they can go up to a year, they can go up 3 months, 1 month. Mine are 3 months filters, and I change them about every 2 months. There are some that are a year long. I wouldn't wait that long, but it's always good to check on your filter and see if it's how dirty it is every once in a while, depending on what's going on in your house. So put the date on your filter, and then I like to set a reminder on my iPhone, and I ask Siri, remind me in 2 months to change my furnace filter. And then in 2 months, it reminds me, and then once I replace it, I let it remind me again. I don't need to replace this yet, but just to show you on here, the filter on one side, you have a pleated, well, both sides are pleated, but one side you have a pleated area, and it's just kind of a fiberglass style, well, kind of a cloth cotton filter here. And then the other side, you'll notice it has some metal brackets on it, or metal netting on it, and the metal netting is on the back side. And what that's there for is so that way, if for whatever reason the filter ends up falling apart, then it won't go in the blower motor and clog it up and ruin it. So that's supposed to be on the back side, basically towards your blower motor, and the air is supposed to go through the front of it, through the back side of it, and then go through. So ready to go, put the one in, the arrow facing the right way, and you just slide it on in all the way until it stops. So now that we got the filter in here, we're ready to go for the next 2 to 3 months. And we're gonna go ahead and turn on the power to the HVAC unit, and we're off and running. So if this video helped you out in any way, please leave me a like and feel free to ask any questions down in the comment section below. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing for more tech reviews, home automation, home and automotive how-to videos. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.